turning to the sports and the coronavirus, a lot of sports arenas across the world are right now closed. The sports teams are playing to empty arenas. Mike Bako from the Daily National joins us now to talk about what's going on right now and what's going to go on in the future. And of course, we have the Olympics in June. So, Mike, welcome back. It's great to see you.
Always great to see you.
Let's start with what's happening right now, mostly in Europe. In Italy, soccer matches are being played to no attendance.
To either no attendance, or in situations like in Milan and in Turin, to not playing. They've postponed the games, very important games in terms of the machinations of playoff seedings for the soccer federation there. So some games are being completely postponed. Who knows when they're going to be played again? Other games are being played into empty stadiums. If you look around the globe, the Japanese marathon, Japan Marathon, one of the most heavily attended marathons in the entire world, usually has upwards of 900,000 to a million people, ran in empty streets to no spectators. So it's a really an amazing turn of events. And as we look forward to the Olympics, with statements that are being made now by IOC president, some other press representatives, members of the Japanese health organizations, we're not really sure where we're going to go. They think they know where they're going to go, but we really need to see how this develops.
And sports games played to empty arenas or no fans is sort of, why do they exist? It's a tree. If a tree falls in a forest, what kind of economic impact is that having on the individual leagues, the teams, even FIFA?
I mean, certainly you just look at the fact of, in a standard soccer stadium, especially for that game that would have been played for Inter Milan, you're talking about upwards of close to 100,000 fans in one of those stadiums. Multiply that across the board, across different leagues. The Japanese baseball league has been completely suspended. The Chinese basketball league, going into their playoffs, completely suspended. So not only are you looking at stadiums that are being empty, but it's also lost TV revenue and TV inventory that's being had. Certainly not anything that we're worried about here in the States with, say, Major League Baseball or even the NBA yet. But Major League Baseball is putting together a contingency plan. I'm sure the NBA is doing the same thing. So it remains to be seen.
And I read that the NHL, which is headed towards the playoff season, is also considering how to move forward if this virus goes on and starts causing a real problem with people gathering in public places.
Yeah, I mean, certainly the issue at hand for these leagues is if they don't have plans and if their players get infected in one way or another. That's really, thinking about it from a PR standpoint, that's really the PR blow that they are trying to avoid. Right now, that's not the case, but if you think about if the NBA had a team in Seattle right now with everything going on in Washington State, you may be thinking about what would that team potentially be doing, certainly with baseball season coming up right around the corner with the Seattle Mariners. So it's something that each of these leagues needs to have a contingency plan for. Far, far away from playing to empty baseball stadiums anytime soon, but it is something that potentially, I don't want to say we'll play to empty stadiums, but people may actually stay away, whether they've been warned to stay away or not. Thinking about if you're a family of four and you want to just go out to the ball game and catch a game, maybe we'll catch that game in July or in August.
And when you're talking about stadiums and arenas, we're talking about the TV revenue, but there is significant revenue made for the individual franchises during in-game activities. So people go not only just buy tickets, they eat the overpriced food, they drink the overpriced beer. They have, I go to the Islander games a lot, and they have an all-you-can-eat buffet for $60. Sure, I'll pay the $60 for a bunch of questionable food. But that has an impact on their finances as well.
Well, think about what you just said, the buffet food. How many people would want to go to that buffet right now? So it's all of that trickle-down effect, and it's even that idea of it's in the back of someone's mind. Again, I go back to that family scenario where if you want to go just for the sake of going, if you're not a diehard fan, if you're not a season ticket holder and you're going to go no matter what, if you're going just for the enjoyment and the entertainment factor of it, that's going to probably give pause to some people and just say, you know what, if I'm not going to go now, there's always going to be another game. There's always going to be another event to go to. But like you said, if you just look at that the revenue that comes into these stadiums, and certainly now as the NBA and NHL is going into playoff mode, that's when fans that can pay that $200 a ticket, maybe buying extra drinks, extra souvenirs, extra playoff gear. So these are multipliers across many different leagues and many different games.
Let's talk about the Olympics. The 2020 Olympics are in Tokyo and Japan this year. Japan has closed schools, has taken a very aggressive position on this virus. There is a lot of money for the Olympics. And domestically, you have NBC Sports, you have the Discovery Channel. We understand that they have insured against that. What is the likelihood right now of what you're hearing of those games just being canceled?
Certainly right now what we're hearing is they're going on full steam ahead. Thomas Bach, the IOC president, came out and said, we are not planning for anything else other than the game starting on July 24th. The press secretary came out from the IOC also echoing the same things. Countering that to just a few days ago, Dick Pound, one of the IOC vice presidents, came out and said, we're going to set May for a deadline as to whether these games are going to go forward. So certainly differing opinions that are going on. An interesting caveat to the IOC bylaws are that they can postpone the games or delay the games as long as they're played within the same calendar year. So if they're looking ahead to July 24th, all signs point to that from a sponsorship standpoint, from a TV, international broadcast rights standpoint. I wonder if there are going to be some plans that are taken into account for, we're going to do this, we're going to play the games, we're going to have the athletes come, we're not going to have the spectators come. Maybe that might be a scenario that plays out. We're, again, far, far away from doing that, but there are billions of dollars on the line. Will those billions of dollars trump sanity and safety and health concerns?
That's a good question. And the athletes as well play a role because they do not want to travel for fear of the coronavirus. And travel to most Asian countries right now has been all but eliminated.
Now the issue with that is if you think about Olympic athletes, this is their one time to shine every 4 years. So if you're a track and field athlete, if you're a swimmer, a diver, any Olympic athlete, short of the gymnastics, the Simone Biles and the people that have become household names, this is your one time to strike gold, for lack of a better term, not only on the field but off. So if you're a track and field athlete, if this is your one opportunity to potentially get more endorsements, show your endorser, you want to go,
and you're going to do anything,
and you want to make it happen.
Do anything to make it happen. All right, Mike Bako, we'll be watching. Very good to see you. Thank you.
Great seeing you.